make it look good and make it look right, but it'll always fail us and let us down. This world's built on sinking sand. There's a lot of people thought if I could get a certain amount of money, then I'd have peace. If I could get a certain house or find a certain person for my life, then I'd be at peace. And all to find out, they just had more trouble. But the Lord gives us a peace tonight. It's an inner peace in our heart. And the old preachers used to say it like this: it's better felt than told. Better felt than told. And it's just one of them things you just have to experience it tonight to really be able to know what it is. And if there's anybody here that don't have peace with God and peace in their heart tonight, I'd encourage you to try the Lord. Come try the Lord. Taste and see that the Lord is good tonight. He's a good God. And He gives peace and joy and contentment that the world cannot give. And I thought Isaac was talking about having that, being in that spot or in that place of peace. I believe it was Charles Spurgeon that told a story about a young preacher who'd approached a much older preacher. Said he wanted some advice. He wanted instruction on being a preacher, some things to help him. And the old preacher called him to his house early in the morning. He come out and had hunting clothes on. And the young preacher followed him out in the woods, and they took some dogs and went fox hunting. They turned them dogs out, and I don't know how exactly it all went, but lo and behold, they got on a fox, and the first thing that fox did, it jumped in the hole. And that old preacher turned to the young preacher and said, "You see what that fox did?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Son, you're going to live for God and carry His word. You're going to have a hiding place. Because the hounds of hell will get on your trail. Right, bro. The hounds of this world. The devil's still out to steal, kill, and destroy. This world is not our friend. It's an enmity of the things of God. If we're going to walk with God and live for God, we're going to have a refuge, a hiding place tonight. Like Brother Isaac talked about, a place of peace, a place where we can be sustained and kept by the power of God. And I appreciate that spot tonight. And I was just thinking about that while he was talking about it. It's amazing where you can find that spot. I found it yesterday. Silly, insignificant story. I wasn't going to say anything about it, but we've had some pretty weather and things was drying up, and I had some hay that I'd been feeding hay all winter. The cows had got all piled up and wet and muddy and mucky, and I was going to try to rake it all up and clean it up and haul it off. And I'd got down there and hooked my rake up, and I was raking, and I thought, what in the world? I cannot get this thing to rake. I can't get a good roll of hay going here to rake it up and clean it up. And I was dead set that I was right and how I'd get off to just that hitch and turn it, and I was dead set. Now this is the way it's supposed to go, and I knew I was burning daylight. And I know there's a lot more important things to worry about and pray about than raking up some old nasty hay. But I thought, Lord, I'd really like to get this up. What am I doing wrong? And I just got back on the tractor and left it the way it was and started pulling it. And sure enough, I started getting a big pile of hay behind me. And then it just dawned on me, you dummy, you had it backwards. We forfeit a lot of peace by not going to the Lord in prayer. We forfeit a lot of peace and comfort by not taking things to God in prayer. I believe that's what the old song said. What a friend we have in Jesus. Oh, what needless pain we bear, all because we do not carry everything to the Lord in prayer tonight. So I'm glad He's a God we can call on. He's a God that we can find that place of peace, that refuge tonight. Appreciate you, Isaac. Appreciate your obedience, brother. Somebody else tonight maybe have a good testimony, or Brother Isaac's testimony, what the Lord gave him, maybe spark something in your heart tonight. Anybody else want to praise the Lord tonight? All right. Well, again, we appreciate Brother Isaac, and his word doesn't return void to him, does it? Right. He don't just send things for nothing. We'll need to hear that somewhere down the road. You ever been in them situations where somewhere down the road that testimony or that lesson or that message somebody preached it just slip up on you. You think, boy, I needed that. God knows what we need tonight. So we appreciate Him singing it to us. All right, nothing else. Let's all stand to our feet. Be much in prayer for service Sunday. Like we said, be setting our clocks forward. So hope to see everybody then. Any announcements? Anything you need to announce? Good. Hope you have a good week. Be sure to pray for each other. Lord willing, we'll see you Sunday morning. You're living to go.